A woman met her ex-boyfriend again after 8 years since their breakup. Unexpectedly, he came to her clinic with another girl for treatment. Both of them quietly pretended they didn't know each other. But when the woman saw him acting close with another girl, her heart still felt a little pain. After all, that gentle side of the man once belonged only to her. What she didn't notice was that from the moment the man walked in, his eyes had never left her. They had been together since their student days and were once the sweetest couple on campus. But not long after graduation, the woman suddenly asked to break up. The man collapsed emotionally and said harshly that once he left tonight, he would never come back again. In the end, he walked away sadly from the home filled with their memories. What the man never knew was that his mother disliked the woman's ordinary family background, so she secretly met the woman and forced her to break up with her son. To make sure the man could smoothly inherit the family business, the woman had no choice but to agree. Seeing that he now had a girlfriend, the woman finally felt a bit relieved from her guilt, but she didn't know that the girl was actually the man's cousin. The woman thought this meeting would only be a small moment in life. Yet that same night, while she was on a blind date, she ran into the man again at the hotel. What a coincidence, Dr. Jiang. Her blind date immediately recognized the man as the president of the He Group. He quickly handed over his business card and tried to get close to him. This behavior made the woman feel a little disgusted. Meanwhile, seeing that the woman now seemed to have a boyfriend, the man's once calm heart began to feel restless. Later in the private room, the blind date noticed that the woman knew the president of the He Group. He hoped she could introduce them. He said that in the legal profession, connections are very important, and he wanted to use this chance to build a relationship with such a powerful company. After saying that, he pretended to be humble and asked the woman not to think of him as someone who flatters the powerful. The woman calmly said she understood, since she didn't plan to continue developing their relationship anyway. The blind date clearly didn't expect to be rejected. Let's talk about something practical, he said. Feelings are too unrealistic. We're both almost 30. We should think about practical things. The woman didn't respond. She looked at the flowers on the table and said she was allergic to pollen and couldn't accept them. Then she turned and left the restaurant. But the man on the blind date didn't give up and followed her outside, insisting on taking her home. At the hotel entrance, he held an umbrella and stood beside her. Looking at her beautiful face, he couldn't control himself and reached out with bad intentions. At that critical moment, a strong hand suddenly grabbed him. You drink a little and start touching people?